episode of Akerele Adventures. Today's episode will be rather unique as we will be discussing Black Panther in its entirety, a comprehensive review based on our experience of the film. So here is my warning to you. If you have not seen Black Panther, know that you are missing out on the Wakandan experience, one that could possibly change your life forever. 2. If you have not seen the Black Panther movie, please do not continue with this comprehensive review as it will ruin your experience for the movie. But for those of you that have watched Black Panther and you know the Wakandan experience, please continue to watch this video as we will give a comprehensive review of our overall perception of this film, from the cast to the plot and more. Therefore, those of you who are part of Wakanda, continue to watch Wakanda Forever. Okay, so I definitely couldn't do this review alone because my better half watched the experience with me, the Wakanda experience with me. So it was great, but let's kind of hop into it, and I want to just discuss some things with you. So let's start with the overall plot and storyline. Like, what did you feel about that?
Do you want to give it your how many stars yet?
No, I think we'll do the stars at the end.
All right.
Okay, so yeah.
Okay, so you said what I think of the overall plot?
Yeah, so just overall of the movie perception, the plot, the story, like what was it?
Oh, it was good. It was a great plot.
Okay.
Like, you know, most of the time you have these plots, they're cheesy, but this, I mean, it all made sense. And even though it was like 1992 or whatever, it just made, actually that was a really good time to pick because...
Well, that was just the startup. That wasn't, I mean, that was just kind of 1992 as an introduction, but it forwarded itself to present day.
Yeah, but that was a great time, I guess, maybe to start because that was like the crack epidemic, and it was really tough on Black people. So the project setting, just everything that was going on in the 90s was a really good time, and it made sense the reason why the Black issues that they talked about. Now, are we supposed to go into details about this?
No, I mean, we'll have to go. I mean,
spoiler alert.
I mean, it's already a spoiler alert, but we'll just go there. So,
yeah.
From just the overall storyline of just where it comes in with Michael B. Jordan's character, who is Eric Killmonger, who's kind of the villain of this story. Obviously, you guys already know that. Otherwise, you should not be watching this review. But just his story and how it tied in, they did a really good job of making that backstory. And I'm sure that's Ryan Coogler's, because I don't remember that from the comic books that it was set in Oakland. But I could be wrong. But I don't remember that as a kid.
I know,
but
right?
Nevertheless, it was a great job in terms of plot. So 2 thumbs up. In terms of story and plot, and then they even brought it towards the introduction matched the ending because they ended up going back there just to give back to the community. So phenomenal.
Great introduction.
Great introduction and great ending.
It's like you're hooked already. You're like, this is about to be something up in here. You know, somebody's already getting trouble for, you know, betraying and stuff. Yes.
So
gotta love it.
What did you think about the cast and the acting?
They couldn't have, now we always crack up because, you know, they recycle the same 5 Black actors out there, but I don't think they could have found anyone else, a better cast than this. I mean, Chadwick did a phenomenal job.
The boy was bad. Like, I mean, his swag was like,
yeah.
I didn't know that. I mean, I knew he was a cool brother, but I didn't know he was like,
he really made me thought he was from Wakanda.
Right.
The accent.
Yeah.
You know, he studied. It was just great. Like you were in
he was a student of his work. Yeah, that's for sure. Michael B. Jordan killed it. I mean,
he was like, I couldn't have found a better arch nemesis enemy.
Yeah.
Like I don't know who.
And you felt bad for this dude. Like you felt bad for him on one end, and he had a true case in my point. Like I mean, it was definitely the battle of like a Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. I mean,
it was.
You know.
Or you want to stick with what is X-Men is at DC?
Yeah.
He was like Magneto. Is what I kept telling Jazz. Like Magneto had a point.
Yeah.
You know, like
So Professor X or whatever, Xavier and Magneto. Yeah,
exactly.
Right.
That contrast there. Like, you know, they wanted the same thing in life, but they had two strategies, and their frustrations, you know, were valid. He had valid concerns and frustrations. I mean, the way they brought in his character was so gangster at that museum. I was like, okay, tell that lady, okay?
Yeah.
I'm gonna take this the way you guys took our stuff. I like that. Yeah.
So, I mean, you can keep going down the list, but Forrest Whitaker, Angela Bassett, Lupita Nyong'o. Forgive me for not knowing all the names, but the gentleman from Get Out, the sister who's a new actress to me, was phenomenal. Just overall, I just thought that they picked great talent, and these people really brought forth Wakanda, the experience of Black Panther, that was just phenomenal. So I'll just kind of leave it at that. But
segueing off of that, who was your favorite character? I'll go first. Mine was, and I don't even know what her name was, but it was the bald-headed general chick. She was so gangster.
Wait, if you don't remember the name, then if I know the name, and then that's my favorite character. I think it's, I don't actually know either. I think it's Okio.
When they first introduced this chick in the movie,
she was bad.
I turned to Jazz and I said, that is my favorite one.
Listen, I put a post on Facebook that said, look, if you got a problem with me, I'm gonna call Okio. And you don't want no problems with her. Like, to show the strength of Black women, to show the intelligence of Black women, it took that and brought that to the forefront. And I thought that was it was incredible just to see, because there was no misogyny, as you know, and not to hate on movies like Transformers or things like that, but they often depict the girl with her, you know, stuff and, you know, out or whatever, and they use that as a ploy to grab that 18 to 40-year-old demographic, whereas this didn't need to use misogyny to show beautiful women, didn't need to show strength, didn't need to show any of this stuff. So I think we're both the same. That's our favorite character.
Yes.
Shout out to you. I think she's from this. I never watched this, but it's called The Walking Dead. It was a series that was really popular.
The little zombies.
Yeah. So that's where I think she's from.
Oh, okay. So this is not her first rodeo.
No, it ain't her first rodeo. Well, the show wouldn't not with that good acting. No. So, all right. I guess.
Favorite scene, right?
Yeah. What was your favorite scene?
Okay, so it's my girl, right? Both. I had two.
Okay.
And so they both involved my girl. The first one I liked was the chase. They're chasing after Claw to get something.
The vibranium, the small piece of vibranium.
Okay, that he was going to sell, right, to the government.
Yep.
And so they're on the high-speed chase, and then they started shooting, of course, and the girl makes a reference about it being so archaic. So then she gets climbs out of the window, right, and gets on top of the car and just starts being all gangster with the spear. So they thought this car was going to get away, and she throws this spear, stops the car, and then dude shoots the car with his little titanium, or what is it called? Ukrainium arm, or whatever that thing was.
Titanium, Ukrainium, vibranium.
Vibranium arm, right? And then blows up the car or whatever in pieces. And here she goes sliding on her spear on a piece of this car. I'm like, this girl is gangsta. That's my first favorite scene. The second favorite scene, and there were a lot of scenes, but ones that stood out to just make me be like, oh, I love her, is then the last, toward the end, right there, the tribes are fighting each other, two of the tribes anyway, and she comes up against her husband or whatever that is, and he was like, you would kill me? And she said, for Wakanda, yes. I'm like, what?
How does that make you feel?
Tell me, okay? She's like, I will kill you for Wakanda. That's what I'm talking about.
She's crazy. She said she gonna kill me for Wakanda. That's basically what she said, right? She gonna kill me for Wakanda.
I mean, you got a cause stronger than the love of your life. I'm like, she is gangster. I love this. I love this.
That was good. Those were two good scenes.
Right.
For me, the scenes that were the best to me, I love humor, and the sister brought out every bit of the humor in this film.
Yes,
so
she did.
One part where she was talking about one of the guys ended up getting hurt. The gentleman that's he's a part of the CIA, he ended up getting hurt, and she just had this little snark comment that kind of was like, that just drew, like, the movie was kind of serious at parts, and she just kind of drew out that humor, and she was like, oh, here we go, another white guy to fix,
broken
white man to fix. So it was just pure humor. And then another time she was talking to T'Challa, and she was his feet, and she was like, what are those? And that was good. And then she gave him a pair of shoes, and then she was like, guess what I call these? And she was like, sneakers. Because the shoes were quiet and didn't make any noise.
Yeah,
so that for me was every time that I was getting kind of so consumed in a movie, she would kind of draw you back out and bring some humor to it. So I applaud her for that. If this is, I don't know if this is her first debut, but I think so. You did phenomenal, and you reached me with that humor. So
2 thumbs up to you.
2 thumbs up to you. Okay, so let's discuss why this is important. Why are people dressing up in 1960s Huey Newton garb, Black Panther outfit? Why are people,
they dressed up in every facet
of
Africa,
coming to America,
black, everything, the essence of black people.
what is that all about? Why you feel like that's important? And I can go or you can go.
Why the dress was important?
It's the why the importance, and the importance of, I'm sure whatever you're saying in relation to the importance will tell why people are doing this. Like, why do people feel like it was a party?
Yeah, it was. I mean, it's a celebration. I actually don't know if there was any black comic characters.
No, not superheroes brought in with a $200 million budget. So you have Spawn.
Was that a comic book?
Yeah, but it wasn't. I mean, he wasn't really a superhero. And then you have, and let's not forget, you have Blade, which
was he a superhero?
Not really a superhero, but again, these characters were there. And then from at least from the black community perspective, we had like Blank Man and then Meteor Man. And then those never made it to the. But let's not discount those. Were like, Meteor Man was off the chain.
But then when did they come out?
So they came out in the 90s or something.
Or 80s?
Early 80s, 90s, something like that. But it was still phenomenal.
But I'm saying, what year is it right now?
Yeah, so 2018 now, and Wesley Snipes did want to do Black Panther, but they didn't. The technology just wasn't there. So again, I just feel like, we've never had a film like this.
No. Nope.
At least for Marvel in general, it just wasn't, because Marvel has, kind of, all the movies start to be a little bit redundant, but this plot again that's what made this movie so special. And then it brought forth all black cast, black director, and so much of that touched it. It wasn't to say that we weren't trying to. I don't think they were trying to create a film that just didn't have white people, because it had a couple, it had a few, but that wasn't. It was just to bring it to the forefront. So I think that is the importance of it. And for me, I'll just mention this briefly. So you see this comic book kind of thing behind me. March 2015, I created this character because I felt like there was a lack of black superheroes. So I just desired to create my own superhero. And here it is. Now, I was complaining to my wife about it. She was the one who kind of pushed me. I was like, I just created the poster. And she was like, no, go ahead and go forth and write the story. And so I did. So I created a comic book. And then fast forward, here we are 3 years later, and Elite Shadow is in my opinion, it's a great comic book. I'll link the information below, but
shameless
plug. But to fast forward, and now we have that black superhero. So incredible, and yeah. Did you feel like the length of the film was okay? I didn't feel.
Yeah, it didn't feel long, because sometimes, these movies, they're well over 2 hours.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you can feel that. You're just like, oh, okay, like, what are they going to get? But, it was just a smooth journey that it took you on, so you didn't get tired. You were just waiting for what's going to happen next. Especially when, what is his name? What was his name?
Eric Killmonger.
Eric Killmonger, but what his tribal name was, Naboo?
The big guy?
No, Michael B. What you call it?
Well, use that, because I don't know his name. I don't know his.
I don't know his real name. Michael B. Jordan.
Yes, that's it.
Okay. His character looked like he killed
T'Challa. Yeah.
Oh, so you just like, what is going to happen? And he technically didn't kill him. He couldn't kill him, but you know when was he gonna come back? Like, what was gonna happen? So
Yeah.
you were like waiting because that, you know, that was the climax of the
Yeah,
show.
that
Dude
had you
came
drop
in and
like,
just
this ain't how this
wrecked
supposed to
us.
go.
Yeah. I mean,
So
he just,
it did a good job with
tossed
that.
him
I mean,
over.
again, just
that's a great enemy, a great arch nemesis.
yeah, great story. Michael B. Jordan. I mean, from Creed with Ryan Coogler, and before that, Fruitvale Station, and this is the third film.
Yeah, he's a good actor.
Yeah, the combination of those two, you can't
skills.
deny that. So
Because he totally gets in his character.
let's say two other things. So one, we want to tell you guys to make sure you stay after the film. Let the just the initial like 2 minutes of credits or 1 minute of credits pass by, and then stay again after the full length of the credits. And it just gives you a little bit of insight to Bunky, which was in like Captain America and whatever.
When they first introduced Black Panther.
So stay and you'll get some correlation. It's very short, but whatever. And then I guess the last portion of this review, I think collectively I'll let you give the rating, and then we'll say why we gave it this rating. Okay, so
out of 5 stars, we gave it, drum roll please, 4.5 stars.
Okay.
I'll explain.
All right. And okay, the movie was phenomenal.
Yes.
The overhype, like this, it was hyped like Get Out was, and Get Out was a good movie to me, but it was hyped like Get Out, like oh my gosh, it's the best. It's not the best film since sliced bread. You know, Get Out was a good film. This was a good film. Like it was really, really
Point
good.
blank period.
Point blank period. Cannot take it away from it.
Was it the best movie you've ever seen? No.
No, but
was it the best Marvel movie you've ever seen? I say yes.
Yeah. I want to say that this film was you couldn't beat it. So the reason I felt like 4.5 stars though is the Wakanda experience to me was lacking. You only got to see brief parts. There's like 5 tribes, and you got to just barely put your tongue on each tribe just to recognize. You don't even, you really only focused on 3, which was T'Challa's tribe, the mountain people, Buntu or something like that's tribe, and then the
Get Out character.
The Get Out character, his tribe. So
they protect the border.
Yeah, so it was only so much that you really got to see, and then the actual people in Wakanda. So you have all this technology and technological advancement, and you really didn't get to see that. They only gave you like they would fly through it, and that was it. But I wanted to be submerged in the experience, and what I'll relate that to is when you saw Avatar. Avatar allowed you to really be submerged into those people. Like you really felt like, oh my gosh, I'm going to this whatever moon place
with the Avatar.
Yeah, like you're amongst them, and certainly the film kind of catered to that. But James Cameron, he did a good job with that. But so that's the only thing that I really felt like was kind of missing, in my opinion, was just. But that Wakanda experience also, it had to do with the characters, it had to do with the land, it had to do with the people.
Yeah, the whole premise, right?
The story. Because it was like, people saw Wakanda as being this poor place, third world country, and you didn't really get to see that, what they got to see as a third world country, and then truly what it was.
Right.
Yeah, so it
was just glimpses of it. And if that's the whole premise, is where this country has the resources to help the world, like they're saying, then it would be nice to see, like, what is this? And I keep butchering the metal that went over there. What is it called again? Vibranium that went over there. Like, they talk about it not only just for weapons purposes, but they were saying it was used for everything. So it would be nice to see all the facets that this thing was using it, or that they were utilizing it for their country. It'd been great to even just do like B-rolls, right? So you see the B-rolls of why everybody calls it a third world, because what's going on around, or even why, because if you guys have seen this, right? So the plot is you guys have all these resources and the capacity to help, yet in your own country, you've got a lot of people that are hurting and starving in Africa, around the world. All these black people are like deprived and devastated, and you guys have the resources to help. So I thought, with that being such an intricate point of the plot, like, then you should show, you need to show that. Show what's, how
the desolate and the
exactly
despair.
show the third world part of that, and then show how you guys are just like light years ahead. Show.
Yeah, because I mean,
you
saw it kind of with the helicopter or whatever, the plane thing that they had, that type of jet. But you didn't really, you didn't see it.
All you seen was a train that utilized that a little bit. And how was the sister taking that and using her, the technology or whatever. So I agree.
Okay.
I agree with that.
Okay. So I think at this point we're going to probably wrap this thing up, but you do have another point.
Yes. So, okay, we already know, because this was like a well over a 2-hour movie, so you can't fit everything in there.
Yeah.
But true to any of these comic books, they're going to have like 50 sequels. So one of these sequels, I really hope, and I hope you guys are listening, that you do the character development. Michael B. Jordan's character, I really want to know his journey. I mean, he just comes on the scene as this gangster, enemy that had all this training, military training, and what's his name, Eric Killmonger, and shoot him up and all that stuff. Well, I want to see, why he got. So we know why he was angry, but just kind of like that development, that maybe his teachings from his dad, because it started there. The reason why his dad was considered a traitor, his thought process, and then showed the span of all of the oppression that Black people face from around the world. Because this is his thing. Why he's getting pissed off. I'm sure probably amongst his military dealings, he's probably going to these countries, right, and seeing all of this oppression, which is maybe making him more and more angry about it or whatever. I don't know. Did they have all that in the comic book?
I mean, the comic books. I mean, it's been like 50 years, so I mean, I didn't. From 1960s all the way, whatever. So I don't know everything about it. I only knew very small pieces. So
you said this was in the 60s that they made this.
Stan Lee created this character.
You gotta, kudos to Stan Lee, because if you think about when this comic book was created in the 60s, Civil rights era, this was like a big no-no. He was probably considered a nigger lover, if I can say that online. For even thinking that you're going to make a Black person with any type of
the most intelligent
role,
having the most sophisticated technology, just to bring that to the forefront. Stan Lee, to me, he's a hero in that sense of stepping outside of the norms of racism and oppression. You can only imagine
the backlash he probably got just for creating that. And to think the name too, I think the name was strategic as well. I mean, I get that the Black Panther was like a symbolic animal in the story, but even during that time in the 60s, there was that whole Black Panther movement as well. Like, I think he was very strategic with his name. So shout out to that. So that character, Michael B. Jordan's character, because he was like great. Like, they did that with Magneto. You got to see why Magneto was so pissed off.
But that was
with life and stuff. It was other sequels. That's what I'm saying. It was an idea for other sequels. Truthfully, T'Challa's character, I would like to see,
him with his father.
His father, how he's getting trained to be this warrior, because he was gangster. So what did that training look like? And when you take this, whatever that is that they drank to become superhuman strength, does it just kill you, turn you into something? And then you come back, I like to see that transformation. Hey, his relationship, they just start out with, him and Lupita's character is just exes, right? So, hey, what was that relationship like? And we got the understanding that she had a calling, which is why they broke up and she had to do her thing. But why did she become a spy? What did that relationship is? Why should I just feel like I need to be a spy? All this crap. So it would be nice to see, and my girl, okay, like, what was her training like? She's
the general. Whole movie on her, period. Like, her whole backstory, everything about her.
Right. How she become general? Yeah. Gangster. And you're right, rightfully so. She should have been the general. So what is that like? So there's some backstories that I think I would like to see how they came to be. They were just kind of already within their own realm in the, just started out like that, and you just kind of like, oh yeah, these people make you want to know what they're about.
Sure. Well, I mean, that's our comprehensive review, and
Yes.
hopefully you watched this film and you didn't watch this first, because I warned you.
It was a spoiler alert big time.
I did tell you not to watch this film. I did tell you. So, thank you for watching our comprehensive review.
Yes.
Shout out to everybody, the full cast, directors, everybody that put their hands on this film.
Yes.
Thanks for making some, some kids' dreams come true. I'm a kid at heart, so...
yeah, it was great.
Good job.
So, just want to reiterate, right?
What?
Overall, this was a great movie.
For sure. I take nothing away from it.
Don't mistake the 4.5 that it was like not as good as everybody else is making it seem. Now, we're really realists. Like, we're just not going to overhype stuff, but hey, that doesn't negate. This was a good movie. Yeah. It was a good movie. The best movie of all time? No. Perfect? No. Otherwise, we'll get our 5 stars, right? And we felt like it lacked something. And that's why we're saying, just the whole comic experience. But doesn't take away. This was a good movie.
Could you see it again?
Absolutely.
And I don't watch movies again. That
show don't.
I don't watch once I see it once, throw it away. And I could watch this again. Yeah. So that tells you, I'm just trying to give you an indication. So like, don't say, oh, they're hating 4.5. No, it's just, there's always room for growth. Let me tell you, on my last performance review, there was room for growth. Even though I be knocking stuff out the park. They gave it. See, it's time to end this. We out, y'all. Peace out.
Listen,
oh yeah, we got. Bam! I don't know if that's how it works, but we out of here. In this episode, today we will be discussing Black Panther in its entirety. No. Take 2.